Peace, beloveds, and welcome back to another video. Today is going to be something a little bit different. Spirit has been asking for crystal cards to come out specifically, so this will be a pure crystal reading. If you have been interested in getting into crystals, or if you have been called to some crystals, or need work on focusing on how to program crystals or work on crystals, this reading is definitely for you. These are going to be very specific messages and crystals that you could work with in the near future, or if you have these in your home, that's even better. So this is going to be pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. What I'm going to go ahead and ask you to do in order to get ready for this reading is to take 3 deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth, closing your eyes. And when you open your eyes, the first crystal that pops out to you and makes your heart jump or gives you some type of reaction, that will be the correct crystal for you. So go ahead and choose wisely, but choose with your intuition. Right here, this is green opal, this is lapis lazuli, and blue calcite. All right, so starting with pile number 1, you did choose the green opal, and the key words here are the journey. Seems as though you are taking a journey right now. It seems as though you need to be a little bit more grounded. I'm feeling like there's been some pros and cons to what you're going through right now. It kind of feels like you're on the edge of something. Now, let me go ahead and read what the green opal has to say. Green opal asks you to dig deep, spend time with an issue, look at it from all sides, journaling, meditating, asking for expert advice when necessary. Do not come by your decision lightly. Do the work that needs to be done, no rushing or lusting after a speedy outcome. As you wait, uncover obstacles and issues that need your attention. Calm allowing is called for, a connection to the natural flow. Green opal is a reminder that it's about the journey. Wow, I love that. So it says, the life which is not examined is not worth living, by Plato. I absolutely love this. And like I was saying earlier, I just really feel like because you were called to this, you are going on some type of specific journey, which is calling your attention more focused on like what you really want. I kind of feel like your group specifically, you've been living for other people, and now you finally have some initiative to take a journey more towards what you want to do. So let's go ahead and get some more crystal cards for you at this time. Citrine. Okay, let's get one more. 3 piles, 3 cards. Oh, well, 2 more wanted to come out for you actually. We have labradorite and fuchsite. So with this citrine card, automatically I'm feeling like whatever you actually do want to go towards, this is going to greatly bring you joy. Like you're going to feel joy like never before. You're going to feel much more aligned because it is something that you're doing. I really feel like this is going to be something that's your journey. The key word for this is dynamic. Let me go ahead and read what this has to say. Natural citrine makes us dynamic and encourages a heartfelt desire for variety and new experiences. Carry citrine as you embark on a trailblazing of any sort. Citrine has an energy that is high and bright. Its radiance helps us connect to the part of ourselves that relishes learning new things and taking on new ventures and assignments, and does so with gusto. Citrine is a match to the sacral chakra and assists with making us more mobile. You'll find that after you've tackled second chakra issues, lethargy is replaced by vitality. Look for natural citrine, not heated, treated amethyst. And it says, life isn't about finding yourself, it's about creating yourself. Oh my gosh, I love that quote so much. But with citrine coming out with this green opal, again, I'm really feeling like you finally have this type of focus on your own journey and what you want to do. And that's what's going to bring you the most joy. There's really this heavy feeling of like bitterness, of like living for other people, or feeling like you've been taken for granted, taken advantage of. But now in your life, these crystals are coming out to assist you and to give you a specific message to let you know that you are on the right path now, as long as you are on the path of choosing your highest self and choosing your own specific joy. Now, you got this labradorite. I absolutely love labradorite. This is telling me right away that your own path that you're choosing to embark on is actually a very spiritual path that has been written in the stars for you in a way, and it just needed time to come back full circle. Like there's this full circle kind of moment that I'm feeling as I'm looking at this labradorite. If you have labradorite, I highly recommend using it. I mean, using all these crystals, right? Like these crystals are coming out specifically for you to use. You can buy them wherever. I don't personally sell crystals, but I just wanted to get a crystal message out because crystals are our companions, right? So we utilize crystals in this specific way. Labradorite is a very spiritual crystal. So it says here, keywords: restoration and spiritual strength. Labradorite strengthens us spiritually and physically. Use beautiful labradorite to fortify against colds and immune malfunction. And when you feel like you're in a spiritual drought, meditate with lovely labradorite, as it also strengthens our intuition and supports us in our spiritual quests. Labradorite is a perfect personal talisman because of its overall restorative qualities. It is one of those lovely stones that help us keep going. Simply put, it feeds our soul. Ooh, I love that. Oh, I love that so much. And it says, ever tried, ever failed, try again, fail better. Yeah, like this is so profound. Like y'all are finally tapping into what you need, what you want, what you desire. And I feel like you've had so many failures happen in your life because you knew that you weren't on the right path, right? You knew that you weren't going in the right direction. You knew that you were living for somebody else and what somebody else had to give to you, their own blueprint for life, but you've had your own blueprint this entire time with labradorite, and you need to tap back into your own spiritual strength and your own kind of routines that help you connect to your own self. I'm also getting this feeling of like tapping into your inner child. You need to definitely connect again with your inner child, because your inner child specifically is very magical and they have the right path for you that they want you to embark on specifically. And we have this last one here, which is fuchsite. And again, I'm feeling like this is kind of a full circle with you getting this green opal here. I feel like you need to ground yourself. I feel like you need to connect yourself to your heart more. I really feel like you need to focus on what brings you that vitality, what brings you that overall joy. Now, the key words are living from the heart. I know it sounds like I'm already reading this, y'all, but I swear I'm not. Oh my goodness. So it says, hold fuchsite in your hand to feel a linking of the mind with the heart. When there is a connection of the intellect of the mind with the emotions of the heart, intuition and inspiration become stronger and clearer. Fuchsite is a reminder not to live too much in your head. Always bring your heart into the equation. Fuchsite can be laid directly on the heart chakra or worn at heart level. Its beautiful energy will radiate out from the heart, clearing as it goes, as the color green corresponds to the heart chakra. And it says, what lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lie within us. Ooh, I love that so much. Like I said, like you're your own guide. I'm getting goosebumps right now. You're your own guide, especially with this labradorite right here. You've had the answers all along, but I feel like because your heart is so big, that's why you were living for other people and for what they wanted for you. And I truly feel like you have your own kind of heart's desire that you are leaning towards, and that's why these crystals want to come out and work with you right now. There's so much heart chakra radiating from you, as well as sacral chakra, and also third eye, like, and throat. Okay, like all the chakras. But no, really, I really feel like you have an alignment of your chakras, because it's almost like the rainbow here. All that's missing is the blue, but technically labradorite is kind of blue. So I feel like you've been having some problems with your throat chakra. You've been having some problems opening up and speaking your truth because you're so used to being kind of suppressed in your own way. But Spirit wants you to know right now that this is self-inflicted. Ooh, yeah. Your throat chakra issues are self-inflicted, and because you're not speaking your truth, because you're not speaking out for yourself, it has almost diluted your spiritual power and like your spiritual strength. So the key is to start speaking up for yourself, speaking from a place of confidence, which is the sacral and solar plexus, and then remembering the mission, which is in your heart. Remembering the journey is living from the heart, right? And it's dynamic, and you're restoring your spiritual strength, because you're not just one facet. You're not just here to live one life. You're here to live many different experiences in your life. You're here to actually experience and grow and evolve, is what I'm hearing. You have a really clear path ahead of you. You just need to trust in your own self and stop living for other people and start living for your own joy, for your own happiness. I feel like some of you in human design could be a generator, and generators have so much energy, but they give it away to other people and other causes. And of course, because you have such a big heart, you feel naturally inclined to do this. But why don't you take your heart and live for yourself for once? Why don't you take your heart and do something good for yourself? So this is going to be the end of your reading pile number 1. So go ahead, take a look at these crystals one more time and see which one you really resonate with. You can get any of them or all of them, but these messages honestly gave you what you needed to hear. And if you want to work with anyone in particular, then go ahead. Permission granted. That's why they wanted to come out. Make sure that it's mined in a more humane and sustainable way. Do not support crystal shops or crystal places that have exploited the earth. Make sure that you're getting them from a really sustainable source. And that is the end. Thank you. Okay, welcome pile number 2. You chose this lapis lazuli. Automatically, spirit is showing me that you are special. I feel like you are a high priest, high priestess. If you have chosen this, you have specifically reincarnated on earth to remember and also to guide others. I feel like you are going to be a great guide for others. And I also feel like you right now in this lifetime are working on your throat and your third eye chakra. Lapis lazuli is a very ancient stone, a very unique crystal that also connects us to the cosmos. You might be really into astrology. Look at my astrology video, shameless plug. Lapis lazuli is for those of us that are really highly connected to the ethers and really spiritually here, like spiritual teachers in a way. Like I really feel like there's a spiritual teacher in this group. So this is why you chose this. Let me go ahead and read what this has to say. The keywords here are self-fulfillment and liberation. This blue stone helps you to be yourself, a clear connection to your highest potential. Lapis lazuli fosters liberation from past compromises and what may have held you back. Not learning to be, but remembering a time when you truly were the ruler of your own spiritual kingdom or queendom. Rose and rosewood essential oil complement the use of lapis lazuli. Lazurite is the main component in lapis and is what gives it its intense blue color that it's known for. It can be found within streaks of pearly calcite and golden pyrite. Love this so much. I'm going to go ahead and read this too. It is only through questioning what people take for granted, what people hold to be true, that we can break through the hypnosis of social conditioning. Yeah, y'all are here to be different, like 100%. Like I said, like I'm talking about highly spiritual people who are not conforming to the norm, right? Lapis lazuli is very special, ancient stone that helps us to remember. And like this remembering, like I said, your third eye activating, like your third eye has probably been open since you were very little and you didn't really understand like what was happening, but you can just see through the truth more clearly than other people can. And I truly feel like on this, because you have this card, because you've chosen this card, this is just an activation for you to remember deeper what you need to know. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle and get some more crystal cards for you. Pile number 2, pile number 2. Okay, so we have agate here. So first I'm feeling like just the look of this agate right here, it feels like you're in a shell. I feel like you're a very lonely group. You feel very isolated, which does make sense because, you know, as a spiritual person, you kind of are alone in this, but you do have your own tribe. Spirit wants to remind you, like we all have our own tribe. We just need to find them in due time. But right now, I kind of feel like you're in a shell of things, like you're in a whirlwind. I kind of feel like the swirling motion. You feel like you're underneath something, like something heavy right now with this agate here. I don't know why it's giving me that, but I really feel like you're diving into a pool. I'm getting the visualization of Harry Potter, that one scene where Dumbledore was like took out a part of his memory and then like put it into the water to see. I feel like you're really deep right now in shadow work for some reason. I feel like you're really psychoanalyzing a lot of things in your life, which is good because I also feel like it's whirlwinding, so it's clearing. Something is clearing, something's being kind of washed away, like down the toilet drain, down the drain. It just feels like there's something that you're in deep right now, like really, really deep. So let me go ahead and read what this card has to say. The keywords are blessings and best wishes. One of the most helpful and positive stones to receive, find, or give. Agate is a blessing. It has been valued as a good luck stone through many ages and cultures because its influences, actions, and contributions to growth and well-being. Choose agate when selecting a crystal gift, especially for someone younger you wish to align with the best and brightest future. Oh, I love that. As with chalcedony, ooh, we got chalcedony right here and it's mentioning it. As with chalcedony and jasper, consider the color. Red is a powerful color representing strength, passion, and creation. Earthy browns will be more grounding, and green resonates with healing and the heart. So I'll read this. It says, we could have never guessed we were already blessed where we are. Yeah, I just feel like y'all are doing some reevaluating of your life right now for some reason. You're really thinking hard about like where you've been and where you want to go. It's more inner work right now. And I know that you guys have been doing inner work for your whole lives, but for some reason, I'm feeling very strongly that this is some deep-ish that you're going through right now, like very, very deep, especially because this kind of looks like a seashell to me. You know, it feels like you're deep under the waters, under the oceans. But agate does bring blessings, and we know that the deeper that we dive, especially as spiritual people, the deeper that we dive, the more gems we come upon, the more clearer things become, the more quieter, the darker, you know, like we can actually receive more messages the deeper that we go. So kudos to you. Just remember to come up for air sometimes. Just remember to breathe, okay? But this really does feel like because you're such a spiritual teacher and such a spiritual person, you have to go through these phases in order to help people and in order to teach people and in order to evolve your own soul, right? Like in order to evolve your own soul, you have to assist others, and that's the mission of the Conscious Collective. But you're doing it in a different kind of way where it's more soul searching, more getting to know yourself so that you can really assist others in getting to know themselves, which is very key and like special. So love that for you. So we have Vanadite here. The initial messages that I get off of this is actually, even though it's orange, I am feeling root chakra energy. So there could be something with your stability with your root chakra, but I feel like the root chakra is growing. I don't feel like it's shrinking. Like some of you might feel like you're going through hell in a handbasket when it comes to your security, your finances, all of those things, but it's actually growing. And it first needed to kind of like, I'm getting this visual of like combustion, like it needed to combust inside of itself in order to grow out. Kind of like the Big Bang Theory, like it had to condense so much and then boom, it just like goes out like that. So that's what Vanadite is saying to me. And also that there's been so many like, I see that this pile has a lot of scars. Like you guys have a lot of scars, a lot of things that you've gone through, but the scars that you have actually make you more beautiful. The scars that you have actually make you stronger and more tougher. Like, you know, if you have callous skin, it's just tougher skin now, but it had to break in order to grow that new skin. So give yourself some rest is what Spirit is saying. Try to give yourself some rest. And know that you are powerful whether you're resting or whether you're going. You don't need to put yourself in positions where you're constantly scarring yourself or where you're constantly getting into battles with yourself. Spirit will put those battles in front of you for a reason. You don't need to go out actively seeking them or trying to make yourself feel more worthy by involving yourself in more pain, right? I think someone really needed to hear that. Like you don't need to go through a whole bunch of pain in order to be worthy of good things, right? So let's go ahead and read this. The keyword, joie de vivre. I don't know how I pronounce that, but all I know is like joy, and I think it's French. Okay. Looking like a sea creature that has crawled from the ocean, Vanadite is a fire crystal, and as such, it encourages a liveliness and enthusiasm for life that may have been missing. Think of sparkly Vanadite as the antidote for apathy. Make a list of all the people, experiences, and things that infuse your life with fire, passion, and energy. Take action to include these people and activities in your life. Take action. The mineral vanadium from Vandonite imparts such strength and hardness, it is used to make steel used in high stress tools. Interesting, interesting. Let's go ahead and read this part right here. Wake at dawn with a winged heart and give thanks for another day of loving. I love this so, so much. So yeah, this is asking you to tap into your fiery energy. Like, you already have a lot of fire within you, right? You already have a lot of passion and energy within you. But sometimes you might feel like you're not, because you're always going through, like, you know, the depths of your shadow. You could be going through a lot of inward energy. You might have a lot of fire, but I feel like some of you feel like your fire has been extinguished at this time. Sometimes it extinguishes and sometimes it goes crazy and wild, but you have to balance yourself with that. And it's really interesting, this last part, it says strength and hardness is used to make steel used in high stress tools. Like I said before with the calluses, like, you just have so much strength on you already. Like, you are made of steel, you are the armor, right? Insane. Okay, so then this last card we have is Chalcedony. What I'm feeling from this is like a soothing kind of energy, almost like, you know, we were I'm feeling like a lot of water. Like, a lot of y'all might be really attracted to water right now, but like the ocean and like lakes. Going on trips where you're able to swim and like kind of like purify and cleanse yourself is definitely key. So this kind of feels like it wants to soothe you. It feels kind of like lotion after a long day in the sun, like lotion on sunburn is what I'm getting specifically. Some of you really need some soothing in your life, and these crystals, you know, you can utilize them in any way, shape, or form. I highly recommend anyone that you really resonate with to buy them and use them. Make sure that you're getting them from a good source. Don't exploit, don't allow shops that you buy from to be exploiting the earth. We want to get this that's a humane and sustainable way when you buy your crystals. So just keep that in mind. Whatever crystal you decide to work with, just make sure that it's bought from a sustainable place. But let's go ahead and read this. This says, Chalcedony represents the elements of air and water. Do seasonal changes or unexpected challenges affect your immune system, bringing about illness or lack of energy? Use Chalcedony to focus on strengthening your resistance and increasing your vital life force. Consider the area of the body or energetic system affected when choosing the color and type of Chalcedony. Blue might be just what's needed for your throat/thyroid. For example, Chalcedony is pure fibrous quartz with other mineral inclusions, causing color variation. So that's interesting. This is actually technically a quartz. It just has different colors in it. And I feel like you're, in a way, like a quartz, but you have so many different energies running through you that create you to be a very unique spiritual leader in this time. So the key word is strengthening, and then he says, all things have the ability to flourish when they are tended with gentle hands. Ooh, I love that. I love that. Like, it's coming around full circle again, because I feel like, why do you put yourself through so much pain when you already are worthy? You're already worthy of all the gifts that you wish to receive. You're already worthy of all of the love, the recognition that you want, especially from Spirit. And Spirit wants to remind you that this lifetime is not about appeasing other human beings. It's truly about your spiritual mission. Okay, this is about remembering you. This is about remembering yourself, which is why you're kind of going through hell and back, because maybe you didn't finish that in other lifetimes. Maybe you weren't focused on yourself in other lifetimes. So Spirit wants you to focus on your own spiritual mission in this lifetime, which is maybe why it seems so hard. You could be the first in your family to be going through, you could be the black sheep of your family. You could be going through a lot of initiations and you feel alone, right? You feel kind of singled out. But Spirit is reminding you that this is all for your highest spiritual benefit, and that if you need strength to look inside of yourself, don't look outside of yourself. Remember who you are, and that will bring the true self-fulfillment and liberation, right? Some of you are kind of going through a seasonal shift. We did just hit the summer solstice, and though this is a timeless reading, if you are seeing it at this time, the summer solstice, like I said, the sunburn and the lotion. Make sure you're wearing sunscreen and like wearing a lot of lotion. For those of you who feel like you have to go out and like continue fighting this battle of life, right? Just make sure that you're coming home and you're soothing yourself And you know, a warrior never goes out without strengthening their sword. So make sure that you're strengthening your armor, sharpening your sword. Make sure that you've got all of the necessary tools in order for you to thrive and not just survive. Because again, there's something with the root chakra here with you guys. Pile number 2, your root chakra is a little bit unsteady. Now, this did also mention the throat chakra and the thyroid. Like I said, you're here to speak up for yourself. You're here to remember. And third eye is connected to the throat, right? Because we do want to speak our truth and like what we really see. So even if that means just journaling or talking to yourself in a voice note, because I know that the people around you might not understand, but you still need to speak out some type of truth. Maybe start your own channel. Maybe start something where you can speak about your own spiritual insights, and that might really assist other people in their own spiritual journeys. That's it for your pile number 2. Like I said, go ahead and see whatever crystal really resonates with you and buy it in a sustainable way. That's what's key here. We don't want to exploit the earth. These are Earth's crystals, and this is important, but these crystals specifically want to work with you at this time. Peace pile number 3. This is our last pile. You picked blue calcites. Now, I really love this crystal. Now, you can see the key word here. It says money comes, and I really do feel like y'all are actually going to be receiving some type of spiritual blessing when it comes to receiving money. I usually don't read the keyword right off the bat, but this one, you can see that this card is used and abused because I love this crystal card so much. When it comes to blue calcite, though, I'm feeling some of you guys can be like heavy air, heavy water as well. Spirit is asking for you to cleanse in the wind. Like, I'm getting this visual literally of just like on a windy day going outside and just like opening your arms and cleansing yourself, because there is something mental going on with y'all. I feel like this blue calcite is actually like it's almost like your thoughts are cloudy. There's some type of dark night of the soul that some of you guys are going through right now. I can definitely feel that. Some of you are feeling really isolated and alone. It feels not as good. There's some type of like mental chatter, some type of mental cloudiness going on here. So Spirit really wants you to cleanse your aura, clear your mind. If you can swim, like go swimming, or on a windy day, like I said, or climb up on top of something so that you're getting a bird's eye view also is what I'm hearing. You need to see something from a different perspective, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and read this. Blue calcite, so soothing. Meditate with cool blue calcite when you intend to manifest. Calcite is a stone of manifestation. It says, do not worry, there is no need, money comes. Know that as you connect more and more to the simple truth that you are held in total and complete safety and love, you begin to release any and all fear and anxiety around financial issues. As this happens, you are free to see the bigger picture and all amazing possibilities. Ooh, wow, wow, wow. So let's go ahead and read this right here. Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you will land amongst the stars. Ooh, I love that so much. Yeah, I feel like y'all are really ambitious or something. You're very ambitious, but lately you've been overthinking. You've been thinking too much and not feeling enough, or even you've been feeling too much and not thinking enough. There's some type of imbalance that's happening right now because you guys are really like overachievers and you have this type of vision for yourself. Like I'm seeing like luxury, you know, hey, okay, I'm not gonna be mad at you. I'm on the same train here. Luxury, opulence, these are the things, especially since you got, you know, the keyword money comes, and this was, you know, for your pile. There's a lot of you that are focusing on finances or building some type of like business for yourself, but there's some cloudiness and you're like too deep in it, and you need to kind of like pull out and see yourself from a different perspective, see something from a new perspective, see the bigger picture of something. And I feel like that will make you feel much more confident and much more comfortable. And also with the quote on the side, you know, shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. Don't doubt yourself. There's so many people in this pile right now, like y'all are doubting yourself with the overthinking and the overfeeling. There's a lot of doubt creeping in. Do not doubt yourself, because even like no matter what you do, you're gonna land amongst the stars. So you need to believe in yourself. You need to focus on the outcome of your passions rather than overthinking and fearing everything that might not happen. Think about the things that will happen. Think about the benefit of things. Think about it from a bigger perspective and a larger perspective. Think about the bigger picture. Don't just focus on one puzzle piece, focus on everything, right? And especially these are for my people who have like ADHD or like a hard time focusing. If something is not making you happy in that moment and it's stressing you out, then leave it, let it go for a bit. Okay, take a walk outside, drop the project for a week or so, because you cannot create something that's beautiful and amazing and powerful if you're so focused on what's going wrong, right? You need to be able to leave the project and then come back with brighter eyes, with a new perspective. All right, let me go ahead and get you some more crystal cards. Pile number 3. Ooh. Okay, so we do have Creedite here. So what I'm feeling initially from Creedite, y'all are spiky, like y'all are sensitive right now. You're sensitive to anybody who might doubt you. You're sensitive to any criticism. You're sensitive to your own self, which is probably why it's so cloudy in here. There's something sensitive, and like you're putting up a lot of armor and a lot of shields. This is around your sacral chakra too, because this crystal is orange, like bright orange and red. I'm feeling like there's some type of mixture or some type of tension between your root chakra and your sacral chakra. And I definitely understand that, because in order to create something, we need to feel stable and secure where we are, right? Like you can't create a beautiful masterpiece while you're like on a train and it's just like going crazy and the train tracks are falling off and like, you know, you're like falling out of life. It's hard to create when you're not stable, when you're not focused on feeling peace and at ease. So there's some type of shield that's kind of up around your sacral chakra. So y'all would definitely need to balance your sacral chakra in this moment, which is again going out and just doing things for pleasure. A lot of you guys are so focused on something that you are forgetting your pleasure. And if you forget your pleasure, you cannot create from a place of true magic and like creation. You know, you need to create from a place of pleasure, or it won't be a beautiful result. Like if it's just so stoic and like mental or very logical, then you know you'll get those very logical results. But if it's more free flowing and you're allowing your intuition to help guide you, you're allowing those thoughts to come in, you're allowing other thoughts to be pushed out, you need to have a flow. And right now I just feel like it's so like get away from me. Like it's just energy of just like, get away from me. I'm too focused, you know, but don't forget to laugh. Don't forget to have fun in this process of creating. Let's go ahead and read this. The key words are magic and miracles. It says, Creedite has such a wild air about it. It's hard to imagine how Creedite could come into being. This is the first and best clue for its use. Everything is first imagined before it exists. Your dreams, your goals, the biggest and greatest secrets of what you want for your life. Is there something that seems impossible or nearly so bad or nearly... Is there something that seems impossible or nearly so that you want so bad? Remind yourself on a daily, hourly, minute basis that if you can imagine it, you can achieve it. Ooh, I love that so much. So it says, enter each day with the expectation that the happenings of the day may contain clandestine messages addressed to you personally. Expect omens, epiphanies, casual blessings, and teachers who unknowingly speak to your condition. Oh, I love that so much. Yeah, I really feel like this is just allowing. Like you want to allow your dreams to manifest in a more beautiful way, but you can't let them manifest in a way that's so stagnant and, you know, like icky feeling and overthinking. And like if you don't feel good about doing something, then you're still trying to push through and do it. But you know, it could happen in a better way. Allow things to happen in a better, more flowing way for you. Allow magic and miracles to be part of your process when working towards your bigger goals. Okay, so petrified wood. Right now this is making me feel It's so interesting. It's making me feel like, in a way, like, you know, we've already addressed that you kind of are petrified, like you're just kind of like at a standstill because you're overthinking things so much. But I really feel like petrified wood, it's so beautiful in its natural preservation, in its natural state. And I feel like that will be you. If you just kind of allow yourself to be grounded, right? You want to be grounded in your dreams, but you also want to make it colorful, because petrified wood is so colorful, it's shiny, it's beautiful. And that's what makes it so beautiful. It's not just like dull, right? So if you feel dull in your life, definitely tap into the petrified wood energy to get more color into your life, to get more color into your mind and into your mentality. Let's go ahead and read this. The key words here are evolution through examination. Petrified wood is such a solid, true connection to the earth. Our roots, our ancestry. It drills home that we are connected to our past, and rooted in our past are all lessons and tools needed for our personal evolution. Petrified or fossilized wood is formed when dead wood is saturated with acid in the absence of air, and then solidifies through loss of water. Depending on the exact circumstances of formation, the substance of wood is replaced by quartz, or more rarely, opal. Interesting. Pile one had opal. So if you feel called to watch pile one, or if you're coming from pile one, that's definitely confirmation for you. Now, there is no house like the house of belonging. Yeah. I love that so much. Some of y'all are just like so focused in on this creation, or on this thing that you need and want, that you have kind of sucked the air out of everything else, right? This is talked about, like, you know, it comes from lack of air and water, but here we have like a very airy, watery thing. So make sure that you're balancing your life, and that you're not just sucking the life out of everything in order to create this new life. Make sure that you're pouring life into whatever you want and need and desire, so that more life can sprout from it, because we need air, water, earth, and fire, all the elements, to create a beautiful earth, to create a beautiful world. Don't forget. And don't forget that, you know, fire is needed to purge too, to burn away. Don't be afraid to use fire. Don't be afraid to burn and let things kind of regrow from the ashes. All right, the last card we have here is Third Eye Agates. I absolutely love this. The keyword stood right out to me, like I can't even. No limits. No limits. And this looks like a mountain, right? I feel like y'all are going to be standing on top of a mountain. This is kind of full circle. Like I said, if you can get to a higher place and see things from a different perspective, if you can move out of your own way and see things clearly with your third eye, which is our spiritual eye, which is our eye, which is, it holds our soul, it holds our intuition, right? So if you know the thing that you want to do and you have this beautiful vision, just remember that it will come to fruition, and that you cannot limit yourself. There's been this limiting of yourself, which is why you're so focused in. So just remember that there are no limits. The way that you want to manifest, you got magic and miracles here. Okay, you have evolution through examination. You examine what you want, and you allow the magic and miracles to flow through, so that the money can come, so that the business can come, whatever needs to come can come. Also, what I'm seeing from this is like there's a lot of dark shadow work that needs to be done with this group in particular. I feel like maybe the reason why you aren't getting the results that you desire, or why you feel kind of stagnant, is because you're not integrating your shadow, right? Or you're too deeply in your shadow. Like there's something with shadow work here, especially with this darkness at the base. Like make sure that you're using the darkness to grow your manifestations. Remember that in order for anything to grow, it does need to be deep inside of a womb. Like you plant seeds in the ground, it needs to be dark, it needs to be quiet and covered. So don't give yourself so much chaos to deal with. Make sure that you're integrating your shadow, and that you're not being in chaos or struggle or stress with your shadow. You want to be friends with the shadow, because the shadow is what helps things grow, actually. So just keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and read this. Third eye agate stimulates the imagination and helps transform abstract ideas into reality. Look at that. Welcome in new ideas and inspiration with this wild crystal. No limits is what magical third eye agate says. The beautiful thing about agate is that it keeps you firmly grounded while you imagine and dream and conspire. You have the perfect combination of practicality and wild excitement in third eye agate. Third eye agates are usually collected from riverbanks and hand polished into the eye shape. Love that so much. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a mountain, but it could also be an eye, right? So it's like you are seeing something. You are seeing past the limits, okay? Because there are no limits. You have to remember that. Now, this says, the real voyage of discovery consists not in seeking new landscapes, but in having new eyes. Okay. Y'all are zoomed in on something. Y'all are zoomed in on the money, how you're going to get this, how you're going to do this. But don't forget to feel pleasure. Don't forget to manifest. Don't forget to dream. So many people are stuck in reality, and that's what kills their dreams. And reality is important, duh, because it's reality. But don't forget to imagine and dream, because without our imagination, without our visions, we wouldn't even have the reality that we have. If somebody didn't dream of the car, we wouldn't have the car. If somebody didn't dream of the building architecture, we wouldn't have that. We need people who are dreamers. We need people who can see past reality and kind of bring things out of the nothingness into somethingness. So don't forget your power. You have really great power here. I really, really feel that with you, pile number 3. And if you feel called to any of these crystals, just make sure that they are sustainably gathered. Do not buy from crystal shops where you don't know where they've mined. Make sure that you're not exploiting the earth. Make sure that you're taking care of the earth. The earth feels, and with these crystals, they're just going to amplify your journey. So if you feel called to get any of these crystals, just make sure that they're coming from a good and sustainable place. That is all for now. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed your messages. Peace. Thank you.